Today we're talking about how you can love without developing attachment toward the people around you. If you've ever felt like your love is more of a leash than a gift, or if you've struggled with feeling too dependent on others, this one's for you. But here's the thing, I'm not going to give you a bunch of recycled ideas that you can find all over YouTube, because that is not really what you're after. What you really need is to understand the psychology behind why detaching from anything and anyone around you can be very powerful. This goes well for any type of relationship, but your love life or your partner will be the last to benefit. It is you who will get the biggest benefits, and you will never be the old self again once you start applying what I'm about to say. Although when men and women often interact romantically and their various attachment styles kick in to create friction, tension, and in many cases negative emotions, the value of detaching and not letting yourself be controlled by neediness is even greater when applied in all social settings and human interactions. That's how powerful this truly is. Looking back on my own personal transformation journey, I was also somebody who struggled with controlling my attachment impulses. So this video is the result of my own introspections that I truly feel can help other people dealing with the same thoughts or insecurities as mine. For example, I remember myself positively reacting every time my partners responded in ways that I had been assimilating as confirmation markers of their interest or attachment toward me. On the other hand, when my partners were not expressing themselves using the attachment language I expected, I was interpreting this mismatch as an early indicator of disinterest or emotional detachment. Therefore, sooner rather than later, I ended up many times finding myself sitting in emotional roller coasters of varying intensities that in most cases drained my energy and leaving me and my partners in a place of emotional void, mental fatigue, and relationship dead end. Not knowing that in fact the attachments to people, objects, or outcomes are eventually going to cause the most amount of pain and suffering in their lives. Therefore, after many years of struggling with this myself, I am now able to share my 3 very easy to implement mindset shifts when dealing with women in particular and with any human interactions in general. Now let's get real. In my opinion, loving without being needy starts with understanding a hard truth. Nothing in this life is truly ours. Not our possessions, not our partners, not even our own bodies. Things break, people leave, life changes. But that is okay. In fact, that's what makes love beautiful. It should be a choice, not a chain. Think about it like this. Imagine you own a precious vase. Vase, not sure how you're supposed to properly say it. Just tell me in the comments, let me know. Anyway, back to the vase. You cannot enjoy it fully if you're constantly worried it will break. The same goes for love. When you try to hold on too tightly, you're not protecting it, you're crushing it. Therefore, here's the first lesson I learned. Acknowledge and embrace the impermanence of everything in life. Love is about appreciating what's here and now, not about fearing when or who might leave first. Second lesson I learned is related to validation. Here's the trap most people fall into, myself included. You're scrolling through your social media, you see picture-perfect couples, and you start to think, I need someone to complete me. Does this sound familiar? But I will tell you something powerful. No one can complete you or make you whole. That's your responsibility. When you rely on others to make you feel whole, you're actually handing them the keys to your happiness. And guess what? That's a very heavy burden for anyone to carry. The truth is, people in general and women in particular aren't attracted to neediness. Women in particular are very attracted to confidence, independence, and a lifestyle that's already fulfilling and exciting. So instead of seeking others' approval, focus on your self-actualization. Think of what makes you happy, what goals and dreams light you up, what gets you up and running. Then start pouring your energy into becoming the best version of yourself by investing in the areas you like the most about yourself. By starting in this way, you have a greater chance not to quit when things go rough. Remember that the power of any change is consistency, and by celebrating the first small victories over the old you, inevitably you start a positive snowball effect. It's when you truly become happy on your own that you stop needing others to fill that void, and instead, people will naturally gravitate toward your energy. So, how do you attract love without being needy? My short answer is by being captivating. And you become captivating by working on yourself. Think of it like this. You are a lighthouse. You don't chase boats. You just shine so brightly that the right boats find you. The mission of the lighthouse is to project a strong beam of light that can be seen from a very long distance away. But it is not up to the lighthouse to bring in the harbor all the ships out there, nor is it desirable to have all ships navigating the vastness of the ocean clog up the harbor at the same time. Therefore, the lighthouse becomes the most valuable to the ships that voluntarily and independently of the lighthouse choose to dock in that harbor, and as a result of that desire, the ships chart their courses in the direction of the lighthouse. Once again, the only thing a lighthouse must do is shine its beam of light ever so brightly so that the ship that wants to use it as guidance can alter its course as an expression of desire, not as an expression of coercion or manipulation. Do you understand the power of this metaphor, my brothers? Contrary to our beliefs that are part of our culture since the very first days of our birth, it is not our mission as men to chase women or other meaningful human relations around us. Also, once a woman is in your life, you shouldn't take her presence as granted for eternity. Neither should we despair when women are not in our lives or deciding to leave. Like, the lighthouse does not change its position, height, or structure just because there are times when ships don't pass through its harbors. In the same way, the only fundamental mission we as men have is to make sure we bring ourselves in alignment with the inherent level dictated by the potential we've each been gifted with. When you're focused on self-improvement, you're building a life that radiates value and positivity. Coming back to the lighthouse metaphor, it's like whoever operates the freaking lighting mechanism needs to make sure there is sufficient power to have all the lights on, that all the lenses are clean and not broken, and that eventually the beacon of light shines at its maximum intensity relative to all the inputs being utilized, so that the light gets seen through calm waters and bad weather and through daylight or pitch darkness. Get it? The more you cultivate your own growth, the results of your efforts will transpire to people around you, and the more attractive your life becomes to others. Therefore, here are my 3 practical steps that helped me become a lighthouse and that I practice even to this very day. First on my list is invest in your passions. For me, these are centered around art, cinematography, human psychology, fitness, and entrepreneurship. So I always make sure I allocate decent time resources towards keeping my passions alive. What are the passions that light you up? Make sure you tell me in the comments. Second thing I focus on is building emotional resilience. For me, this translates into practicing mindfulness, gratitude, meditation, and if you do it consistently, it can help you manage emotions and detach from neediness sooner than you can imagine. And the third thing I'm very interested in is to surround myself with growth-oriented people. When you're in a community of high energy, supportive individuals, you're naturally inspired to grow. When you're living your best life, you're creating an environment where like-minded people naturally want to connect with you. So you start gravitating toward each other's. Can you see now how suddenly it's not about chasing people you randomly come across, when in fact it's about attracting the right people in your life? Finally, let's talk about loving freely. When you love without attachment, you're basically conveying to the others and to yourself, I want to be happy even if it's not together. And I know that sounds scary, believe me. For me at least it was, but here's the secret. That's the kind of love that's irresistible. When you love without strings, you're showing that your love isn't about control or ownership. It's about freedom and choice. But again, when people in general, and women in particular, feel free, they're more likely to choose to stay. It is through the power of their own choice mechanisms that people experience true attraction and the natural gravitational pull towards you. So to wrap everything up, this is my realization. There are extremely few instances when love is unconditional, and I think I'll discuss about this in a future video. Loving people without being needy is about freedom. It's about being so whole and vibrant on your own that you become the beacon that guides the right people into your life. Bonus for those of you who made it this far. The immediate impactful application of impermanence is this. Are you in any toxic or unsatisfying relationship, no matter the type, romantic or otherwise? If the answer is yes, my brothers, what are you waiting for? Do you not realize that you have a finite number of heartbeats in this life? My friends, It's not worth wasting any more heartbeats if you're feeling miserable. Just start practicing letting go, start building your lighthouse, and cast the brightness of your light on the vastness of the oceans again. So start by working on yourself, enjoy the progress, celebrate the small victories, embrace impermanence, and let go of the need for control. If this message resonated with you, drop a comment below and let me know how are you going to put it into practice. Also, if you want to further expand on anything related to today's talk, please tell me. But hey, don't forget to like the video, and if you found value in it, consider sending it to some other people who might benefit from it. Until next time, keep shining, and remember, the best relationships start with the best of you.